Good morning, gentlemen, brothers. For those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours and to your loved ones. I'm out here on a run. Biochemistry reboots. Gotta plug that. I don't miss these. But I do want to share that this morning, frankly speaking, let's walk in the grass a little bit. This morning I didn't want to come out here. And it got me thinking because there was some resistance. It's Thanksgiving. I've been working a lot. Working a lot. I don't consider it work. I just use that language. But there was a very strong, surprising resistance within me. Something was telling me to just take it easy and take the day off. And as much as people say trust your intuition and your internal voice, I'm a guy who used to be addicted to pornography. And as some of y'all know, we have more than one voice. And you gotta be careful about your intuition. Because that son of a bitch sometimes can camouflage himself as your intuition, as your conscience. What a sneaky bastard, right? And cause you to do certain things, cause you to compromise. And so whenever I feel something within me, as a guy who struggled with this behavior, I take a moment to really think about it. What's going on here? And let me take one moment first to talk about my hairline. I just saw it. God damn, I look like a mangy dog. I have to call it out because the brothers in the group are going to be like, bro, get a lineup. So here's the interesting thing. As some of you guys know or may not know, I got a hairline transplant because I was losing it, genetic. And so I went for my first lineup in 2 years. I got it 2 years ago. Went to the barber last Thursday. And I was like, dude, line it up. Each follicle is very expensive. And those of you who've been to a black barber, y'all know that these guys are magicians. Magicians. Right? They're like channeling some hairline gods from the past. This guy lined my hair up. I mean, I swear, I felt as if my hairline moved forward. It was magic. It looked so good. I was like feeling myself. I was like, God damn, JK, you looking good. Well, wash the hair, and here's what we have. The magic is gone. Right? Just like, what is going on here? But I'll cover it up. I'll fix it. But hopefully the distraction is out of the way. Maybe it's just in my head. But the point I wanted to make, gentlemen, is that we've got to be very careful about that voice in our head that causes us to compromise. In my head, it was saying, JK, take it easy, spend time with your loved ones today, and take the day off. But here's what the reality is. The reality is I took the entire Monday off. Entire Monday. That's plenty for a guy like me, right? And the second thing is, I haven't hit my goals for the year. This is the truth. I've hit a lot of them. Actually, I'm pretty impressed with that. And I'll talk about that sometime next week. But one of the overarching goals, which I'll actually share with you guys real quick, is our main goal. My main goal was just the reach and the impact that we were having. Something that's very important to us is the number of men who end their behavior permanently. And while it's nice to get feedback from guys who control their behavior in 90 days or in 1 year, the truth is anybody can do that, right? And we're not anybody. Anybody can have you go through a program, use Christianity, use your conditioning, use peer pressure, use group hypnosis, all sort of things to get you to feel like you're done, right? But what happens, and I'll share with you guys like just dirty truth about rehab and recovery industry, is that a lot of people do not fully rewire their brains. They go through a program, and there are a lot of people right now, because the barrier of entry is low. You see a lot of dudes who are off pornography for 300 days, 500 days. They go out there and they're just like, I help men do this, do this, do this. I can say that without any shame, because I was one of the first people. There were just 3 or 4 of us that were doing this in 2012. Everybody else built their shit off us, right? For the most part. But A lot of guys will go through programs like this, 90 days, feel great, and then their coach or therapist or whatever they call themselves, mentor, will say, write us a testimonial, you did so good in 90 days. The brother does that, leaves, hasn't fixed his lifestyle or his self-image, ends up slipping and relapsing. Then he doesn't come back to the group. Why? Shame. Same thing with rehab. But then the rehab will take the data of that 90 days or those 30 days, or even some people are out there offering fucking 7 days. Will take that data and use it as the data for them helping men to quit porn. For us, it's 2 years, right? We do a follow-up every 2 years to check in with men. And that's how we count our success. And so that's the measurement we use right now. And we're in the game for the long term. Been doing this for 10 years and gonna do this for many decades to come. So we haven't hit the goal that we want to, the internal goal for that. And I'd already worked on Monday. The feeling came up so strong, like the fear of letting family down. The fear of something within me telling me that I would regret this one day. That I would look back one day and say, man, you should have spent more time. You should have done this. You should have done that. And I really wrestled with this voice. And during my first round of running in the park, I just sat with it and just listened, just without engaging it. Just like, okay, cool, let me just step back into myself and just listen to it. And here's what I realized. While there's some truth to it, there's a difference between me and other people. And hopefully you have that difference as well. I'm not working, right? There's no way that I would wake up every single morning super early. There's no way that I would sometimes sleep for just 2 hours or 4 hours. There's no way I would push myself this much for just a paycheck. And I'm thinking actually as I say it, because I'm so immersed in what I'm doing that it's just what I do. It is important. The holidays, Thanksgiving, all these things, your addiction doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't care about any of these things. Like, we have to be there, right? I have a day off. It's a full day off, delete all the apps. And I took that. And something in my head is telling me that I have to take another day off because of some holiday that existed before I was born. Like, why should I observe it? I was like, fuck that. That's some Matrix shit, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm working, but it's a half day. Half day for me is like 7 hours, I'll be honest. 7-hour day. Already did some work for a couple of hours before I came out here. And then I'm going to do the Thanksgiving thing. It's an obligation, but I am going to be present and I'm going to be there, right? I'm sharing this honestly, not like this is how I actually feel about this. And the point is, there are some brothers out there who, they're like, man, JK, I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this, and I don't have the thing I want in life when it comes to any area of Reboot Capital. And I realized as I was doing this run that I don't compromise for anything that is outside of my self-made reality. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all this shit that exists in the illusion of time, in things that people agreed on together, right? People agreed, like, this is Christmas, this is this is that. I wasn't there when that shit was put together. Like, I have to decide whether I agree to it. And I'm not going to just go along with that shit. That caused me to slip and relapse many times. Just accepting that, oh, this is the holidays and this is the energy that comes with it, and you should do this, therefore this will impact your life. I refuse. But I do live in this world, and there are human beings in this world, and there are people in my personal life who ascribe to such things. And I do give a little bit of leeway for that. but the most of the day is still mine. And I'm going to work on the thing that I've chosen to do as a mission. So if you feel that you're not accomplishing those things, I suggest that you look at your life and you find the places where you're having that conversation and you are convincing yourself that you have to live like a regular person. And maybe there's a voice in your head going like, well, easy for you to say, JK, but you know, some of us work for someone else, and some of us, we don't have a choice with that. You do have a choice, not to work for somebody else, but with how you view the work you do, right? I sold books door to door for many years, and I sold Bibles door to door, and I am not a Christian. But I realized one thing, that the thing that I was doing had an impact on the families that I was sharing the book with. I had people who were like, we struggle so much to understand the Bible. We actually stopped going to church because this was us all above us. And we felt we didn't have the time. And the King James Version of the Bible, while it was easier to read, there were just so many things we didn't understand. We had to rely on our pastor to translate things for us, to be a conduit for things. But when we gave them this wonderful study Bible, the New Open Bible, King James Version, they were like, we understand it, and it helps us in our lives. And over the years doing this, I did this for years, I would revisit with people, I would check in with old customers, and they would talk about how much the Bible was changing their life, how they were passing it down to different people in their life, how they had given this book to somebody, and they were like, oh my God, you're gonna come around again? Because we can't find that in bookstores, we can't find it on Amazon. And so I found a mission in what I was doing. So guys, when you don't have that thing that you want in life, ask yourself, how much of my emotion, how much of my existence have I channeled into that? The truth is, I've channeled a part of my life energy into Porn Reboot and Elevated Recovery. And it's gonna take a toll. And that's okay. It's gonna take a physical toll. It's gonna take an emotional toll. It's gonna take a mental toll. There's self-care, there's the Mondays off, there's me running my ass off in the morning, there's 2 hours of meditation, but still it takes a toll when everything is flowing into that, when that is your baby, when it is the thing you are nurturing, and it has to have an impact in the world, and that impact is measured by the long-term success of an individual, right? And it's okay, guys, right? It's okay for you to do that too. You don't have to, and I'm sitting here and I'm saying it's okay and it's this and this. And the truth is, a lot of the times when I shoot these videos, when I'm talking and walking, the video is truly for me. But I know it has an impact on some people, right? It's a reaffirmation of what I do, but it's just me, guys. It's just me being vulnerable and real and sharing the process of what happens in my head and how I keep going. So if you've watched it this far, I appreciate your attention, because that's a very valuable thing. But it's okay to put your life energy into something, and it's okay for it to take a toll, because that's what you're here for. You're here to spend that life energy, that time, all that time as our body decays, as my body dies now, as I try to fight my receding hairline, right? As my face wrinkles up, right? As age and all these things come for me. What is it that I've been doing each day that matters? Spending a few hours with my family for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be present with them. I'm going to enjoy it. And I love them. I truly do. That's the reason why I'm giving some time. But my personal story, and that of many of you who care to watch this video this far, is that something would have taken all of that away from me. There's something that would have taken away my ability to even be here today with my family. There's something that would have taken away my ability to have all these choices that I have. And that was my addictive behavior. And it's taking away somebody else's shit today. There's somebody that's not going to spend a Thanksgiving. There's somebody that's going to rope themselves today and next week, and I touch wood that doesn't happen. There's some suspicion, there's some wood chips here, right? Probably touch something that's live. That doesn't happen to anybody. But somebody has got to be there. And maybe this is my ego talking, right? Maybe this is my ego driving me. Maybe this is all some rationalization. Maybe I always got to keep that awareness. But it feels right. Between those two voices, this is the one I'm comfortable with. If I sit with both, the other one is too comfortable. The one that says just take the whole fucking day off and just chill. When you took all of Monday off, right? So this is the live process, so to speak, of having the conversation. Call it a live dialogue. For those of you who know what the dialoguing process is. Of how to keep going for the thing that you want. And some days are like that, gentlemen. Some days we feel like that. So I know I've covered a lot. I know this has been like sort of a rant and I don't know, just me opening up my mind. And right now, as I'm about to publish this video and continue to run, I'm actually feeling a little bit nervous because I just realized all the things I said and how unpolished it is, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway, and I'd love to hear from you guys. I do want to add one thing. The one final thing, just to wrap it up. The things are changing. We've got to be flexible. I was talking to the guys, our team, the reboot strategists, everybody at Porn Reboots. The end of this year is different from the end of last year. I think there's uncertainty. I think there's so much confusion. The news is throwing shit, recession, housing prices. Like you feel it. It's just there. Prices of things going up. I'll be honest with you. I suck with numbers. But I'm intuitive and I feel energy of things. And the energy I've been getting is that a lot of people have a background concern about shit. And so we have to be flexible. We can't be just sticking with what we do. I'm not a consumer person. I don't participate in Black Friday or Cyber Monday. We don't do discounts on anything that we offer here because the value of what we have keeps going up. Like, why would I discount the value? It's just not something I ascribe to. So instead of offering discounts, we just decided to just create something completely new, right? And kind of give it out in a way that is affordable to anybody. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, blue collar, white collar, unemployment, even though that's not the demographic we typically work with. At the end of the day, the goal of what we do is still to reach everybody, even though we're good at working with very specific type of person. So we have created something to help guys out, something that's completely different that we've never done before. And I won't share the details. I'll let my reboot strategist talk to you guys about that. We honestly, between myself, Dr. Howard Rankin, Dr. Eastman, Coach Milan, and we got our reboot heroes and we got our reboot leaders. These are all the people who do the coaching and supporting the brothers. We don't have the bandwidth to handle a lot of brothers in this new thing. So it's going to be limited to a few brothers. And by few, I mean, we're going to keep it under 30. I already sent out an email a day ago talking about it. So maybe it's already full. And I apologize if you'd like, JK, follow the instructions and it's full. I apologize for that. But if you're interested in being a part of it or hearing about it, all I want you to do is I want you to post in the comment section below this video and just say one thing you're thankful for this Thanksgiving, right? Just something you're thankful for, one thing. And I'll start you guys off to end the video. I am so thankful that I get the opportunity to sit here and run my mouth. Even if nobody may watch this video or people may drop off after a minute, I am just so thankful that I'm at a point in my life that I can do this. Because there was a JK, I was so full of myself. I had so much ego. I had so much bullshit, and I still have bullshit, but I was so invested in protecting all of that. And I would never sit here and talk about the process in my head And that really held me back in rebooting and accountability groups and circles that I was in. And so I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that my sexual behavior is not it's not destroying my life. I'm thankful that I am fit and I'm healthy and I'm motivated enough to wake up fucking early in the morning and go for a run, because I just didn't think I was that sort of guy. I'm thankful that I can sit here and talk about my hairline. Fuck, I'm thankful that I could afford to have a hairline surgery and still not be attached to how fucked up and jacked up it's look. And I'm thankful for all of you guys. I'm thankful that anybody would even listen to me and give me an audience. And I love all of you who've taken the time to watch this. Those of you who are choosing to spend time with your family today, and if it truly is your only day off, enjoy it. Spend time with them. Be present. I'll be online for a couple of hours, so if you just want to send me some messages and chat a little bit, it's kind of a loose day for me, just a buffer day, knocking out some things. I won't respond that much because I like to stay focused, but let's have a back and forth a little bit. Just say something, but let me know, and I will send you a link to. We have a special calendar to just have a chat with our reboot strategist about what we have. That's only if you want to. If not, it's totally cool. I appreciate you guys. Gonna do a quick sprint and get my day started. Take care.